I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. I'm traveling through this world below. There is no sickness.
Welcome to Layton, Maine, a town where nothing has ever happened and nothing ever will. It was named for some tyrant landholder named Rob Layton, who lived and died in the last century. Our little corner of Layton is called Chartwell Settlement, after my father, the elder John Chartwell, who founded the Chartwell Primitive Baptist Church. My father had a long white beard and fiery glare that made some people think he was a prophet, or maybe even God himself. By the time I was born, he was old and had grown children and grandchildren already. Our mother was his second wife. He died and she ran off. Who could blame her? And my half-brother, Rufus, and his wife, Mamda, raised my brother and me. We grew up in the shadow of the Primitive Baptist Church. Indeed, it was right on our property. That meant no drinking, no swearing, no dancing, no card playing, no Sunday school, and the list of no-nos goes on forever. What you are allowed to do in Chartwell Settlement is work and pray. The outside world was suspect, and freedom was the same as rebellion. For years, I dreamed of making my mark on the larger world. I could see myself dressed in silk, drinking champagne, making witty repartee, dancing until dawn, and even voting if I so choose. Clearly, none of those possibilities were going to come to me in Chartwell Settlement, so I knew I had to go out into the world to find them. At first, I thought that if I married the right man, he would whisk me away from Chartwell Settlement. But then I realized that I had to make my own dreams come true. Of course, leaving is never as easy as we hope it will be. First, I had no money, no connections, no friends outside Layton, and no skills that would take me very far in a big city. But somehow, that wasn't the major obstacle. A girl like me can get what she wants even without skills, training, or money. The biggest obstacle was my brother, John Jr. How could I leave someone I loved so dearly as my brother? He will always be my second self, but he is tied to Chartwell Settlement forever, as the new owner of the family business, the Rufus B. Chartwell Casket Company, in the neighboring port town of New Salem. I long for freedom and adventure, but he has accepted small towns in their small minds. I love my brother, but I long to be a motherless child a long way from home. Rufus died a few years ago, and our cousin, William Gray, managed the business. When my brother turned 16, William Gray announced that since he was enrolling in Bangor Theological Seminary, it was time for John Jr. to take over. This was the occasion for a community gathering. It was Saturday afternoon, May 24, 1856, and we all went down to New Salem for a dinner on the ground, both to bid farewell to William Gray and admit John Jr. to his man's estate. I remember that the weather was gusty, with high soaring clouds causing many flying hats and napkins. I knew that John Jr. had organized his own party on the premises of the casket company, but I was not sure I wanted to attend. He has many young friends that I do not care to associate with. During William Gray's interminable speech of thanks and reflection, I saw my brother signal to his friends, and soon they all slipped away. The speech continued. It was clear that it was going to be one of those 2-hour sermon speeches. It was too much, and I decided to join my brother's party. It was a short walk across the bridge and along the riverside road to the harbor where the casket company was located. I could hear the sounds of talk and laughter as I approached.
So yeah, I took over his business. In fact, actually, I have something to talk about. Hey, John, come here. And Jimmy, you too. I've, as you know, I've inherited my brother's funeral business and coffins. So what I'm thinking, right, is I need 2 sorry-looking saps. Looking great so far. I need one of you. Who do you think can look sadder? I want you guys to be silent minds at these funerals, just filler people, just to look sad, to look like they care. You know what I mean? Yeah, you look like you got the look. Yeah. You think you're interested in that? You just got to dress in black. You just got to follow around the procession car. And, yeah, man. You and the father. That's you. Pepper. Good to see you.
I got it.
You had to talk to me.
Yeah. Why don't you start selling caskets which can be used multi-purpose like a bookshelf? And once they die, you can just put them in there and just so you can sell more caskets.
Look at commotion.
Hey!
He does that.
Are you liking the party so far?
The party's great. I mean, it's my party, right? No problem with that. You've been around for a while. I appreciate you, John. You think that's it? You think that's why? Everybody, I just wanted to make a speech. I want to thank everybody for coming today. You know, it was a great acquisition, I would say, to inherit my brother's company. And to have people like you guys surrounding me. Pepper, always great ideas, talking to me, communicating. I love it. And my dear friend John, you know. Everybody say thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Just for being a good guy. Just for being a good guy. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody for coming. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drink, and festivities, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think we have a toast. You are a gracious host.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Indeed.
John Jr. John Jr.
To me, it's great to see you. Oh my God.
I couldn't be prouder.
Well, you know, thanks to Rufus. Your jacket. Is it foreign? Oh, really now? Is it from the East? Asia?
God's teeth. I'm looking for Mr. William Gray.
William Gray is irrelevant. I'm in charge now.
Where's Gray?
Gray? Not here.
Who are you?
John Jr.
John Jr. Who?
John Chartwell Jr.
Solomon Pierce.
William Gray's cousin.
Master of the Racine. Oh, your cousin. Right. Well, congratulations on your new position. I've got a delivery of some specialty goods in a crate in the storeroom. Yeah, don't let it linger too long.
Okay.
I can't linger myself.
Who's that guy?
Solomon.
I know a Solomon.
Different Solomon.
I know. Well, yeah.
Just remember me. Remember me as Solomon.
Yeah, you're dogs.
True. We have our own businesses to take care of.
I've seen you before in my life. And never mentioned it.
Yeah, stop
Something
with that.
special? Yes, special card. But can't linger long. Neither can Elizabeth. This end up. Open immediately. John, give me a crowbar and a hammer. Go.
Do you really think you should be involving yourself in this?
It's addressed to me, isn't it? Distraction. We'll find one. Anyway.
Get out of the way.
I need a
crowbar. You'll bend your sword. We don't want to do that.
Oh, no.
Excuse me, I want to find.
What is this though?
Is John here?
John?
Here, John!
John, come on.
Make way.
What could it be? What is this?
Open it up.
Oh my
It's
God!
a man!
What? Sir!
My. Is this the promised land?
It's a lion and a box.
What's that? What? What do you mean the promise?
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
This is too bad. We need to feed him and we need to take him in.
Take it. Crowbar. Where's the crowbar?
Bunk him with our head. Sir, this is New Salem! Where's anyone?
Oh, you take care of this.
Okay, good sir.
My name's John. What's your name?
Where am I?
New Salem, sir.
Well, you're in America.
Yeah.
New Salem.
You're in New Salem is.
Where are you from?
Well, we are in America. There's so many of you.
Yeah.
It's a town.
It's a town.
It's a town.
What's your name? I'm Emma.
I'm Saul.
My name is Pepper.
Solomon Hunter.
I'm Zach.
Pepper.
This is Zach. Chandler at your service. Zachariah.
Good sir, I'm John.
That's John. This is John Jr. I think
John
he's from. I think he's from
Yeah,
the
you're
the one
lost
here.
tribes of
And he's
Israel.
the
Let's
one-
call him Ishmael. Ishmael.
Ishmael?
Well, what's your name?
Ishmael.
I think the man can name himself. Yes, thank you. Not everything foreign is yours.
What's your name? Oh, I guess Dora was right. Ishmael. Oh, okay.
I mean, you told us to call you that. That is your name.
Okay, Ishmael it is.
How did you
How
get
How
say
long
we-
have you been in
Yeah,
that?
how long? Where are you from?
How can you steal the box from the outside when you're in the inside? That doesn't make much sense to me.
Someone helped him in the box, obviously.
Obviously.
Why would someone put him in a box?
Guys, let him speak.
I don't know.
Did you just wake up in the box?
Ishmael,
Do you know the man
You
in the
also
trench
dress so
coat?
nicely. I must compliment your
Do
office.
you know the man in the trench coat?
Speaking of the man in the trench coat, where did he go?
I'll go look for him.
go. Go, Pepper.
First and foremost, we need to take this man in. We need to feed him.
He needs food.
Oh,
Go with me.
okay.
Whoa, you don't know
I'll
where
take you
he's
some
from.
It
food.
doesn't matter where he's from. He's here now.
How can you trust him?
Do we starve him?
I will tell you who I am.
Do we trust him?
Why
He's
does
in a
he
box
swear?
that's nailed from the
Yeah, I
outside.
swear.
I'm a trench coat is gone.
I crossed my heart.
Solomon's
I
gone.
knocked my head.
Solomon's gone.
This is not good.
He's gonna tell us who we are. We just have to cross our hearts and knock our heads.
Emma?
A man was nailed. A man was put in a box and nailed from the outside. I assume he's a threat to us.
From the inside.
We don't know that.
Virginia!
Well,
He comes from
I'll
Virginia.
do
Wait.
with him as I please. He was sent to me. Come on, Ishmael.
He comes from Virginia.
Virginia.
Wasn't there something related with Virginia quite recently?
Yes. Slavery.
Come on, Ishmael. No more boxes for you.
My parents called me Corbin Augustus Miller. In the fields, I was just called Gus, and now I'm called Ishmael. The people here said it would be easier if they did not know my real identity, so they called me Ishmael, son of Hagar, the wanderer from the Bible. They really know their Bible here. So call me Ishmael. But I am still a wayfaring stranger and a motherless child a long way from home.
We need to be discreet. You, close all the shutters. Shut the windows. And you, Dora, light the oil lamp, please. We can't have anybody knowing about this.
So this is gingerbread. That is a picnic egg. Those are just breakfasts. And then that's a cucumber sandwich. And you know the one is obviously water.
Now, it's not safe to stay in New Salem tonight. We'll need to get him home up to Cartwell Settlement.
Why?
Where to put him? The church.
We can't.
There's church tomorrow.
Yeah. But we can put him in my place. I have a room in our shop, remember?
It's true. You have a secret room?
Yeah, I have a secret room where we have book meetings.
Secret room for book meetings?
Yes.
I mean, sure,
That's
we
not
can
the
hide
point.
him there, but how are we gonna...
Talk to you about
Do you
it.
think it's
That'll
safe?
do.
It is the safest place.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm the only one who knows
How are
about
we
it.
gonna
Not
get
only
that
the
unnoticed?
As long as we're the only one who knows about it, that sounds like a good place.
What do you say?
What if word gets out? What if the rest of the town finds out? Then we'll all be hanged.
We're not going to let anyone know.
I see.
Anyone who's here-
I doubt they'd hang a bunch of
I have a good name. I think I should deal with us, given accusations.
God will guide our way. I think that we should all swear an oath to tell no one about it.
I agree.
I solemnly swear.
I agree.
I solemnly swear.
I
I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear.
So me, John Jr., and Pepper will all stay and talk about business.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, and I'd still love to hear Ishmael's story.
Yes.
Indeed, also.
How did you?
How long have you been in that box for?
A long time. I don't remember much of what it was like before I was put in the box. I come from down.
Virginia, you said.
Yeah. I was stowed away to a ship. I can't remember why.
You're not the man in the treasure room.
I don't.
Solomon.
No.
Not me, Solomon, the other Solomon.
Yes, dude.
Just call me Solomon.
You don't know? Well, get your strength up before nightfall.
It's gonna be a long night.
And who put you in that box?
That is a good question.
Do you remember who?
Where's mother?
I don't. I never.
Do you know their intentions?
I'd be looking at this.
Did they forcefully put you in the box, or were you willing?
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
Why don't we give him some time to think?
Yeah.
The man's tired after all.
Yeah.
He can't come all the way from Virginia to here. How are
Get
you?
him out of here unseen.
You call
We're
it.
gonna be doing that next.
All right.
I have an idea. How about we put him in a casket?
I feel like he's had enough of boxes today.
And also, do you think we can load on a casket and
And then not
Just give him a
expect.
clone and it'll be fine.
quite tall man, I would say?
But we speak no word of this.
All right.
Remember, I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear.
How nice of that girl Emma to explain all the food to me. Like I'd never seen a cucumber before. They have so many questions, but I can't tell them too much. I already let it slip that I was from Virginia, and now I've got that word, slavery, hanging around my head. At least they didn't press me too hard. Not sure if I was making any sense. Really? They actually believed that I lived in that crate for a week without food or water. 2 hours was enough for me. One of them asked why I was dressed up. I'd love to tell them how that happened. It was the night of the sailing from Portland. The Fessendens, real nice people, celebrated with a small family dinner, at which I was the guest of honor. They fitted me out with an old suit that belonged to a younger Mr. Fessenden when he was a youth about my age, and gave me a purse containing some money. The jailers had taken the money that Mr. Winthrop had given me. I was not sorry to get out of those ragged slave clothes and get back into a decent suit of clothes, although out of style by 20 years. Even I could see that. Late that night, they delivered me into the protection of Mr. Pierce, and we were on our way to the promised land, Canada. Except now, I'm stranded somewhere on the coast of Maine, and I need to protect Pierce. So I'll keep lying as long as I need to.
Guys have any ideas?
About what, Pepper? What?
How we're gonna take care of this guy? How we're gonna take care of him?
We need to eat.
Yeah.
What do you need to eat? How long is he gonna stay down there?
Yeah. We really didn't think this far, did we? Put him up in the room, and then we have to make sure no one knows about this at all.
About what?
So here I am, hiding in some secret room, like I've been doing all along. When I was with the Fessendens in Portland, I stayed in a secret room, receiving regular meals, and was regularly informed of the status of the pursuit. I learned from my new friends that a U.S. Marshal was involved, and search parties covered all the roads inland. My father's overseer, that Yankee, Mr. Cross, was also in town, anxious to get the property back. I suppose, with time to think, that I seriously started to consider the politics of the situation, and the rightness and the wrongness of this thing called slavery. This was getting personal. This country and this society needs some serious rethinking. That is what I think.
So, how'd it go last night?
It went well. We got Ishmael to the store. We had one surprise visit, but that was taken care of. But Ishmael's gonna need to eat. I have a list of names. First up, John Cooper. I need you to get food somehow. I don't really care how. Take it from your dinner, maybe. But get it to the general store tonight. Okay, we'll do that. Monday, I'm a Chartwell. Get food to the general store. Good enough for me to eat it. Tuesday, Henry Chandler.
Easy peasy.
Wednesday, Joe Black. Thursday, Lucy White.
Isn't it illegal to rescue a runaway slave?
Thursday, Lucy White. Friday, Robbie McClines. And Saturday, it's up to you, Pepper.
Okay, I'll make sure that gets done.
Sounds good. Who was the surprise visitor?
Obadiah.
How is he leaving? Ishmael.
We haven't got that far.
When we get there, we'll get there. He'll get going.
Why does he leave?
He can't stay here.
We can't.
He's not quite free yet.
Where will we take him?
We
To
can't
another
take him
town.
anywhere. We can only get him out of town, and that's about it. He has to move on in his own time.
Alright. How's he adjusting?
As well as anybody would. He's kind of
He's
in a bit of shock.
Almost in the box.
like a week.
At least.
A week? I can't see Virginia.
Oh, he got in the box. No?
All we need to know
Could
is
have been the
here.
Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
What's the Underground Railroad? How can they afford a train?
There is no train.
There is no train.
It's metaphorical.
Is it like an underground?
How's it
Well,
a
is it
railroad?
the name Underground Railroad?
It's more of a concept, less of a
It's
physical
basically
thing.
they're taking a route to move slaves away from where they are. That way they can find a life and be free.
So, moving slaves north.
Why aren't they
Yeah,
already
moving them north where
To
To
be
Canada?
free. Not Canada, just like upper.
No, they go to Canada.
To Canada?
I'm not
Oh.
well versed on the subject.
slaves.
Should we find new ones?
Even if they did, they're hard to find.
Why must we help? Can't somebody else?
We're here.
It's
Lucy.
our responsibility. We could all get in huge trouble.
He'll be gone soon enough.
He's not
It's
staying
just
here
up to
longer
you
than
to
a
keep it
year.
quiet.
And as long as
And that's up to all of us to
Remember,
stay quiet.
we swore an oath. Don't break it.
I solemnly swear.
I saw him swear.
John? Everyone?
Hello?
Hello.
Enjoyed the Sabbath meeting, did you?
Yes.
Yes. Quite.
Incredibly.
You be home along soon?
Yes.
Yeah, very well.
I didn't realize the power Jesus had on us.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Praise the Lord. Uncle Tom, what's your opinion on slavery?
Slavery. One of the most hateful practices ever to be devised in this country or any other. Why do you ask?
Just curious.
Hmm.
Hypothetically, what would you do if there was a runaway slave in your town?
Well, what would you do if you found another human being without food or clothes or shelter? It would provide them with the things that a human needs. A slave is a person. There should not be any slavery. It should be immediately abolished. Now, imagine this. Imagine. Look, you see the gray here? My beard? Yes. So imagine if the government made a law that said anyone that had gray hair was to be immediately imprisoned or worked like an animal with ungodly hours. Would you obey such a law as that?
No.
No, it's the same with slavery. Yes, don't believe anyone who tells you there's anything right about slavery. Don't believe any law, if it doesn't accord with your own common sense and with a higher law.
Hey, Lizzie.
What?
My friend Jimmy, he really needs food, and I was wondering if I could give it to him. Give some to him.
Let me take care of your brother, and then I'll get you something.
Thank you.
What's that all
I'll
about?
give you some leftover turtle soup that wasn't a really big hit. Off the knife. Okay, why don't you clean that up?
So your friend needs some food?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's really poor. Hard times, you know.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you're helping him out. What happened? Tell me more about his situation.
I don't know much.
Just, well, perhaps I should come with you then to deliver the food. Yes?
No, it's
We
really...
could get him some of that turtle soup. There's so much of it left.
It's really okay. I can do it by myself.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Take care. Yes?
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Hey, look who's coming. Hey, Obadiah.
Uncle?
How are you?
Exhausted.
Oh, you went to meeting today to Salem. Your mother decided to get the call today, hey?
No, it's just been a long night.
Yeah? Oh, what happened?
Oh, just... Jimmy didn't come home.
You seen Jimmy around?
Jimmy, no, I don't know. I think I saw him last night, but other than that, I haven't seen him now.
Probably down at the Chartwells. You know how he likes to go there. You should watch out for that. They'll poison his mind pretty soon if you don't put a stop to that.
Oh, trust me, Pa's done it enough already.
Well, we're just having a nice afternoon at the Sabbath, aren't we?
Yep.
Sure.
So, actually, Paul, I was wondering. So, just hypothetically, what would you to me to do if like a slave was discovered here in Salem?
A slave in New Salem and Chartwell settlement?
Yeah, just hypothetically, you know.
Well, I'm sure it is, hypo whatever that is, because that's never going to happen.
Of course.
I mean, have you ever seen a colored person?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Well, neither have I. But that's right, because they live in the South and we live in the North.
Of course.
It's two different worlds.
The South, yes.
And you know, just because we're Democrats doesn't mean we're, like, in favor of slavery. We're just not in favor of the expansion of slavery. Isn't that right, Billy? Yeah. So that's the difference. Don't you understand that?
I understand.
So if we discovered this imaginary slave in our settlement, we'd have to turn him in because that's the law. You know what I mean by the law?
Of course, yeah.
The law is the law of the land, and you obey the law. And that law says that a slave is the private property of somebody, and if you steal someone's private property, you're breaking the law. Or if you help that private property to escape, like you say it's my horse or something like that, and you encourage the horse to run away, then you are breaking the law. Simple as that, really.
Yes, I mean I understand that, but especially with a horse. But is it really okay for a person to be property?
Well, it's the law. And it's like this. I know that those abolitionists and those Republicans get really upset about all this. But it's just a different type of slavery, really. In the South, they have slavery on the land. In the North, we have slavery in the factories. What's the difference? One is a wage slave and one is a slave for life, right? One, you don't even get fed. Up here, you're on your own. They pay you a little bit of money and that's it, right? Is that fair? Is that right? These Northerners who want to abolish slavery, they are so smug about it because they don't have to depend for slaves on their plantations. And you know those cotton mills down in Lowell and Massachusetts and all those places? Where do you think they get their cotton? They get it from the South. The issue is not slavery. The issue is not slavery, Billy, Obadiah. You guys listen to me. The issue is not slavery. The issue is the union. Our union is sacred. The sacred union, bound together by the United States Constitution, is sacred. And anybody who breaks the laws of the Union or goes against the Union is a traitor. It's as simple as that. Like a long time ago when my hero Andrew Jackson was president, I was just around 20 at the time, South Carolina defied the federal government. They nullified the federal government's laws. You know what happened?
What happened?
Andrew Jackson nullified them. He took care of them and he passed the Force Tax, and after that, they never dared speak up to Andrew Jackson. We need more presidents like Andrew Jackson around. He would straighten things out in this country. He'd fix things fast. But at any rate, nah, you'll not see any slaves around here. Nothing to worry about. But that's what you would do if you found one. You'd turn them in because you're a law-abiding American and you follow the United States Constitution.
Of course.
What's your favorite book, Ishmael?
Oliver Twist is pretty good.
That's a pretty good book. I've read his books. They're pretty good.
Yes.
I brought the food for Ishmael.
Perfect timing.
It's turtle soup.
Turtle soup.
Here you go, Ishmael.
Thank you.
You have something to eat later.
How are you, Ishmael?
Hi, I'm okay.
We're having a little book session today with Ishmael.
Well, if you don't mind me interrupting,
Yeah, we don't mind.
you wanted to make it to Canada, didn't you, Ishmael?
I did.
I don't want to stuff him back in the box, though. But that's the only way I can think of, other than just sending him on his way. But
Yeah.
I really want to put him back in a box.
Who would you send him to?
That's the thing. We don't have anywhere in Canada where we'd be sending supplies.
What?
Right.
Dimmer your voices.
What is Canada?
Canada's a free land. It's gonna have to be one of us then, actually. One of us has to go to town for business. I don't know. Ishmael, how fast do you want to get to Canada?
Soon.
How soon we talking?
Sooner rather than later.
Friday afternoon. I have an empty carriage I is supposed to show, as long as they traveled well, no horse sickness.
They brought me some food. Turtle soup. Poorly prepared, but I ate some anyway. A bunch of them were here in what I guess is their secret hideout for reading books. Books? Varney the Vampire. What kind of book is that? Then they keep being surprised that I can read. Of course I can read, but I don't know if I should tell them about my upbringing. Right now they see me as an escaped slave, which is true, but there is more than I cannot tell them for fear of alienating their sympathies. After my mother died, it was hard. Just my father and me in that big house. We got by. I had a tutor. I was a pretty good student, especially in languages. I speak English and French and read Latin and Greek. I have studied rhetoric and mathematics, and I even had a dancing teacher. I like art and had planned to go to Europe to study painting when I was grown. In short, I was a gentleman and a devoted son. It wasn't until my sister Verena came back that I realized that I was also a slave. But yes, I can read.
Ishmael? Hey? Care to sit?
Do you have any news?
Nothing.
I'm leaving.
Nothing new. Still a process, Ishmael.
I see.
I know you're worried, Ishmael. But you don't have to be. It's only going to make things a lot longer feeling.
Well,
I'm in this cellar, so. And I don't know where I am. So I have a lot of things to be worried about.
I don't doubt it. I don't discount you at all. You are trusting a town of white folk to take care of you. Probably not something you're used to, are you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Where'd you say you were from, Ishmael?
Virginia.
Were you a worker?
Yeah.
What kind of work did you do?
It was in the fields a lot.
How long, Ishmael?
As long as I can remember, really.
Do you know how old you are, Ishmael?
I think 15 was the last number I heard.
Have you eaten yet today, Ishmael?
No, I haven't.
Did you have family, Ishmael?
I had a mom and a father and a sister. I don't remember them though.
So you didn't see them before you left Virginia, did you?
I don't think so.
How did you do it? How did you get yourself in a box, posted all the way up here?
I met a man. He promised freedom. I went on a boat to this town south of here called Portland, and I got caught, and then I got locked up. I was there for days until they broke me out. Then I got put on a different boat, and next thing I know, I see you.
Sounds about right.
John Jr., as they call him, pressed me pretty hard, and I told a story. Well, mixed with lies that seemed to satisfy him. At least, they're working on a real plan to get me out here. Mr. Pierce told me, when he was getting me into that crate, that it was only a matter of time before the Federals were on my trail. But I didn't want to spook John Jr. and his young friends by telling him that. Mr. Pierce planned to lead the Federals further down east and hope for the best. That was the plan, but all these kids? Was that part of the plan? I need to keep lying, for their sake and mine. My time in Portland was pretty harrowing. Our ship was intercepted by a federal revenue cutter, and when they discovered me on board, they impounded the ship and brought us into Portland. The crew lost their ship and they threw me into a cell. One of the guards, by the name of Miles, among his other ongoing derogatory remarks, let me know that the authorities had already matched me to advertisements for my recapture and notified my master, in other words, my father. In fact, the plantation overseer, Mr. Joseph Cross was on his way north on a train. Then I truly got depressed. I knew it was back to the fields this time, and probably for good. Fortunately, before Mr. Cross arrived, the free black community of Portland staged a riot and broke me out of jail. I had the satisfaction of seeing Miles locked in my cell before we left. My rescuers got me to a safe house, where I met Mr. Fessenden and his son. They greeted me as a fellow man, and told me that I was now under the protection of the Anti-Slavery Society, and these people were going to get me on my way to Canada. In my family, we attended church. The Episcopal Church, of course, but I never gave it much thought. Now, I could fervently whisper, "Thank you, God."
Looking at this stupid letter. I mean, yeah, families, things happen. Whatever.
It's a pretty big letter.
Yeah, I know.
It's almost the entire page.
It is the entire page. Let him in.
Hello, good sir.
Good day. Right on time.
On time, eh? Expecting me?
Why not? I was expecting nothing else.
You must be John Jr. then.
John Jr.
Boardman. Nice to
So
meet you, and you are?
Saul.
Saul.
Is our friend.
Good to meet you. How's work here?
You know, cut boxes, plain boxes, put someone in the box, get rid of them. Yeah.
Simple enough.
A lot of boxes, huh?
Lots of boxes.
A lot of people in those boxes, yeah?
I hope not. I usually try to do one per.
All right, not bad, yeah. So
deaths in the family. They are hard. I take it. I see a bow tie. You're looking for a painted coffin? Maybe design, flowers?
Well, afraid not.
Maybe getting ready for one?
I'm looking for a man who's alive, not one who's dead. I'm Broadman.
I usually would ask a doctor something about
U.S.
that.
Marshal. Dropped off by the Vigilance a little while ago. I was tracking a schooner, the Racine. Turns out it
Never heard of it.
stopped by here to drop off a bit of shipment. Never heard of the Racine?
No.
The boat that stopped on the docks here a few days ago, last Saturday. Today's Tuesday.
Oh, I've been holed up. Just working.
Still busy.
I just got a shipment of lumber soon.
What's the Racine?
Okay. Shut up, Saul.
Just asking a question.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm giving him an answer. No, I've just been making boxes. We got new lumber, and there was a sickness that went around a couple families, so
And
I've
the
just been in the
Racine-
workshop, giving it the plane, leveling it out.
The Racine didn't drop anyone off.
Wait, if everyone's sick, how come he's...
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know if I never heard of the scene, would I?
Never heard of the Racine, and it comes here to drop off some supplies for you. That seems a bit off.
Are we reading the same letter twice right now?
Same
I
letter
get
twice,
all of
could
my
you elaborate?
supplies from the northern woods. Fine lumber.
Local lumber. No one ever drops anything off. No caskets, no.
Where do you think they're made?
No one in those
Right back
caskets.
there.
Simple enough.
They bring me logs. I hand them boxes.
And you put people in them. One a day.
I try.
And no one ever comes out.
Not once the final nail goes in, no.
Alright.
If someone goes in them, I don't think they're going to come out.
True, I guess that would be a bit strange. Alright.
And if they do, it's not my problem, is it?
Sorry for grilling you boys so much. I know it's tough. It seems that you've taken over this business at a bit of a young age. Just trying to do my job, just checking around. I hope I didn't ruffle any feathers too much.
No.
Oh, what were you looking for? We could potentially help you.
I think, actually, I have to get going.
Oh, you have that thing.
Yes, I have to meet with Lucy White regarding her uncle. Remember?
I don't.
It was good talking to you, policeman.
Good talking. We might talk again in the near future. I don't think we will.
You know, before when I was talking to Paul about the slavery thing, I didn't mean much, but I want to know his opinion. You know, his opinion's not always right. I think sometimes we need to think for ourselves and not do what he says. You know.
Well, if you just do what he says, then you don't really have your own opinions. So I can agree with you. But what Pa says goes. He's the oldest.
I know,
He knows what to say and what not to.
Sometimes I think maybe you just need to think for yourself, you know? He's not always right, even if what he says goes. He's wrong about a lot of things. That's what I think, at least. And that's why I poked him about the slavery thing.
Yeah, but if he finds out about the secret, then we're both.
Yeah, I know, but still,
What?
what I said stands.
Okay, well, why don't you go put this wood where we usually keep it and go get Dad tobacco.
Okay, I will.
I know, I heard you had a woman. Oh no.
Hello. How can I help you, kind sir?
Good day. Well, we're on rather official business here.
What are you here for?
Oh, I'm Asen Broadman, U.S. Marshal.
I remember you. You appeared at the coffin place, I forgot what it's called. No, John Jr.
That's right. I talked to you boys a little earlier.
Again.
Oh, it's nice seeing you boys.
So what do you need today?
Oh, well, you probably can't help me immediately, although it would be nice if you
I
could.
think he can help you with just about anything that you would be interested in.
Then,
I have supplies.
maybe you know a lot about the goings around town.
What's happening around town?
Well, at the moment, we're about to put up some posters, some wanted posters. We're on the search for a runaway slave at the moment.
Really?
Should be by the name of Gus. You wouldn't mind if I set up some posters around here, would you?
Of course not.
Do you guys know anybody named Gus?
Well, if I see a slave running around,
It could be a slave.
I'll make sure I contact you immediately.
That'd be much appreciated.
But anything you want while you're here, like food, supplies.
Mostly just the posters, and perhaps some of you would be interested in having a little bit of a job. Any of you interested in being deputized? I'm not the only person who'll be on this hunt.
Maybe I would. What does it do? What do I have to do?
Well, we'll talk about it. Oh, there's a good lad. You seem like you'd be perfect deputy there. Know a lot about the goings around town?
My ways.
Very good. Well, those of you interested, talk to me after I leave the store here, and I'll get you folks maybe a nice little badge here, and, well, we'll be out.
We're going to close the roads.
That's right. Every carriage heading out of this settlement, every package in it, every barrel, every coffin will be searched.
Why
Are
would
you
they be
sure
searched?
you want to search coffins?
Well, you never
You can
know.
open up as many coffins as you
It's
would
rather,
like. We're gonna get spiders or skulls. That's about it.
Just
I
a
don't.
question.
We're a small town. I
You
don't think there's
do
anything-
understand.
I
You do
Thank
understand that there are powerful people who, for whom the economy of this country matters quite a lot. And cotton is the basis of that economy, and slavery is the basis of cotton.
Cotton is the basis of someone's economy. But
No,
my
it's a-
coffins do me well.
How about, coffins do you well? I suspect they do.
Yes, they do.
Well, you need slavery in order to have a good economy. Why are you using other people as a basis for a terrible industry?
Other people are always used. People in power use other people. Don't you know this?
I'm questioning the fact why you're using other people's freedom as an advantage of taking it away. And using their own prowess. What is it?
No arguing in this shop.
I'm
you have
not
any business,
arguing,
take
I'm
this
questioning
outside.
why is he using slaves as...
I don't care. Take it outside.
Read your Bible. Whatever part of your history,
Oh, I know.
slavery is shot through the history of this
Well, why does
place.
Whatever
Because it works.
Why does slavery need to be in order to be a prowess to some sort?
People have rights. Money has no rights. Ever.
Money has no rights.
John Jr.
This is
I
Pepper's
thi-
shop, Saul. I think if we would like to talk to him, we can find a federal.
Whatever more dilemma you have with one another, the law is the law. and it will be upheld in this settlement.
Would you like me to put that over here?
No
on the counter?
need for you.
Yes, please.
A marshal. Marshal.
I'll put those up around the shop.
Just fine for the year.
Thank you. Well, be it as it may, law will be upheld. We will find what we're looking for, and it would be nice not to quarrel with you, but to have your assistance. I think it will be more beneficial for all of you this way, for the settlement, and for your businesses. Good day.
Good day, Marshal.
I'll pay you back for this, Pepper.
You're welcome.
My eggs. Take my eggs. Take my eggs. Worst eggs. Joining up with the marshal like that. Take my eggs.
Why would he do that to us?
Why would Obadiah do that? Joining the marshals. He's a coward.
Why do you take my eggs? I do not like that guy at all.
Eggs
don't matter.
Your eggs don't matter. Your eggs don't matter.
Quiet!
Back that Obadiah marshal. You have any problems? Cut it out.
I understand everyone's mad, but right now is not the time for this at all.
Billy, Jimmy. You guys are gonna stay in the store. Alright?
Alright.
You're gonna stay with Ishmael. The rest of us are gonna go up to the church. You guys don't go anyways. You're gonna go back to the store. You're gonna wait there.
I admit I'm scared. It's been days in this hot and stuffy hole, but I can hear everything that goes on in the store through the floorboards. The marshal is here, along with that damned Yankee overseer Mr. Cross, who hates me. I remember all how it started. My sister, Verena, came back in spring, and it was just like she owned the place. There was this big reunion with my father, and he seemed delighted to see her. Now she was back home to stay. My sister is white, and I am not. My father was widowed when she was 3 years old, and my mother came in to help him out. They fell in love. She was 7 when I was born. I think my father's mistake was saying that one day she would marry and leave him, but I would always be his son. Verena was sweet as pie with my father, but when he was not around, she was a snake. Verena was intent on getting married, but who would marry such an unpleasant girl? Then it occurred to me that the son of my father's overseer might just be the man. He was as stupid as he was unattractive, and had nasty ways about him. I mentioned it to him, and he loved the idea. I began to think of the deal as made. Unfortunately, I had not discussed this with Verena. Roscoe came courting, smelling of the pig barn. When Verena rejected him, he said it was my idea. It was that sentence that started our little war.
Dora, did you hear about Obadiah? He joined as a deputy to the marshals to hunt down Ishmael.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it happened while we were in the shop doing some business, and the deputies came in saying, "Hey, we're looking for the runaway slave." And he just kind of appeared, and it's like, "Hey, I'll help." So.
Well, okay then.
Well, you know, today's sermon takes care of the legality issue. Isn't that right?
Higher law. Alright. We're gonna go downtown. First, Henry, John, you guys are gonna go down to the Chandler Hall. Listen in on the adults. Okay.
Okay. Yep. We can do that.
Alright, go. You go.
Well, this is good, because I have some strong words for Obadiah about his choices.
This is supposed to be me?
It's supposed to be, but it looks nowhere near like you.
Which is good, because that means that they don't know who you are yet.
And the better that they don't know who you are, the better that you have a chance of getting out of here.
I suppose.
We'll do our best to help you, Ishmael.
I appreciate it.
Still can't believe that they put only $200 reward on you.
I think it's absurd, but game's game.
I agree.
We just need to figure out what we need to do next, so we can prepare.
Hello, Marshall. How you doing, Jimmy? Not bad, you? Doing great. What are you two doing here?
I'm just I'm just the owner for the day.
Harper told us to look after the shop while he was gone now.
Where's Pepper now?
He left a while ago. We have not where he is until he returns. Do you need us for something?
Lois.
Hello. Can I have a minute? With Obadiah.
You can, if you want us to. Let's go.
You want me to go as well?
Both of us.
So I heard about your new job title.
Got the badge and everything.
You know it won't make you any more popular around here.
Please, nobody likes me anyway.
Just me and one other. You really want to lose us over the badge?
Job's a job, and you know my father's useless. It's my duty now.
But you have a community. Don't you feel like you have more of a duty to us? To your morals? To everything?
I gotta follow my duty, my job. To a point.
Well, I hope you know where that point ends and where you can step up for the rest of us.
You know I'm not actively trying to harm people, right?
I know.
Harder than it is to believe, but I believe that the kids are harboring a runaway.
Well, they're certainly up to something.
They are. I mean, is it not a coincidence that my nephew asked me hypothetically what I would do if we discovered a runaway slave in the community?
And you've seen them huddling in those circles?
That's right. And then suddenly a wanted poster for a runaway slave appears. Now tell me, is that a coincidence or not? I'll eat my head if it is.
Sounds like more than a coincidence to me. But if that's the case, then the kids could be in some deep trouble if things go poorly.
Well, we need to do something.
It's that Marshall. If he finds them, we need to do something about that Marshall. Get him distracted of something else.
Well, we also need to make sure this runaway has some food available to him. You've all heard the...
Oh, that explains why. That explains why he wanted to bring leftover food to the Fletcher family. He said they were starving.
Yes, well...
Speaking of my nephew John, ordinarily a nice little boy, but obviously he has some deviousness to him that I did not suspect. Well then, I think it's time for us to sing a hymn. Pray. What was that noise?
They're creepy?
No.
Hey, who's down there?
Ishmael? Ishmael? There you are. I recognize your hat. I take it by now you've seen the posters?
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more and more evident that we really have to get you out of town. Soon. For now, we just need to get you over to the lending library. We can make more definitive plans in the morning. Yeah, we have a small library. While you're there, I'd love to paint you, if you'd let me.
Paint me?
Yes, I'm a bit of a novice artist, and I think your story can be conveyed so beautifully through art. You have such strength that you carry with you, and it would be an honor if you'd let me.
Sure. It's my second day hiding out in the lending library, which is the front parlor of someone's house, but no one lives here. I have the house to myself, but not for long. My friends tell me that the marshal and his men are going to begin a house-to-house search. If they're going to get me out of here, it needs to be soon. Right now, they are all at Lucy's birthday party, and I'm here with plenty of time to think. Ah yes, Verena was on a rampage. She told our father that I had encouraged Roscoe to take advantage of her. Then one night, she told me that when she inherited the estate, that she would sell me down south, where I would spend the rest of my life working in the hot sun and knowing what it truly meant to be a slave and not a son. I was outraged, and I went to my father to complain. There were words. I called him some rather ugly names, and he slapped me. The next day, Roscoe's father came to get me and take me to the slave quarters, where my father said I would learn a lesson about hard work and gratitude. He said that I can stay in the quarters until my attitude improved, and meanwhile, I might learn a thing or two. Mr. Cross gave me a pair of dungarees and a blue cotton shirt, and told me to leave my shiny black shoes and my name behind. In the fields, my name would be Gus. I will never feel more angry than I did on that day.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Oh, we're fine. How are you?
I'm doing great.
You need a pound of nails, please.
Right here.
Oh my lord and lord, look at this. Oh, the rumor is true. A runaway.
Sure is.
$200 reward.
Yeah, right here, man.
What? No. I'm thinking of this kind of strange the other day when little Zach asks what I would do if, hypothetically, he said, we discovered a runaway here in Chartwell Sullivan, and now there's a poster about a runaway. What?
What's the difference between a northern and southern Democrat?
What's the difference between a northern and a southern Democrat?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you already heard this 1,000 times, but you guys listen to this. The Southern Democrats believe that slavery is natural, sanctioned by the law, and that it should be national in its scope. We of the Northern Democracy believe in popular sovereignty. You know what that means? It means people decide for themselves.
You coming here for nails?
Of course I came into the nails, but now we're talking about the endurance of the sacred union, Pepper, and you should be worried about that too. This country is in danger. This sacred union is in danger. There are agitators out there. And this new Republican Party, I know your families are Republicans, but we don't need agitators. We need to preserve the sacred union. And I'll tell you what, if there really is a runaway slave in this town, that runaway slave needs to be turned in, because you know what? You are breaking the law. And I'll tell you what again. These Republicans don't believe any word they say. My grandfather's name was Samuel Fletcher, and he fought those lords his whole life. And these Republicans, they're just lords under a new heading. Oh, it's the marshal.
The marshals. There it is.
Obadiah?
Would you like a fresh copy? Because I got one back there.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Yeah, so, $2 reward. Huh?
Good to see you have that up. I mean no insult, but I almost didn't expect you to put it up.
You asked me to do it, so I did. Because it's the law.
Good man, good man.
Anything you need particular today?
No, just looking around, making sure the posters are up. Might post my new deputy in the store for a little while.
Of course. If you want to go take a look, we are having a sale on fireworks. If you look over there on that beam over there.
Oh, that's all right. I don't need any fireworks.
Gus Miller, huh?
You know, it's funny. I'm almost certain there's a runaway in this settlement. But everywhere I go, no one seems to mention a thing about it. And it's not the biggest settlement in the world. You think I would have found something by now.
Well,
be it from the adults or the youth. That's kind of the funny thing about the law. You might be young, but if you break it,
it has consequences on the rest of your life.
That's right, that's right.
Well, the news has been spreading, that's the thing. The news has been spreading around. People are just, like, now seeing the wanted posters in here.
Yes, yes.
And, well, the more people know, the more people can actually help you search for that slave.
That's true, that's true. But again, don't default those helping me search to just adults and the older.
No.
Again, like we just mentioned, the youth are just as capable of hiding something.
And that's the thing, we already are looking for them.
Splendid.
And if we find them, we will immediately let you or your deputy know if we find anything.
In the off chance that I did come across someone who was hiding something from me, young or old, the consequences would not just be on that one individual, but also, you must understand, their family.
Yes. It would be a great dishonor to your family if you're keeping something from the law.
Why should there be consequences?
Well...
Why should there be consequences? Slaves are not
Hey.
property. They are people.
Hey.
They have their rights.
Jimmy?
Jimmy, I can't believe you said that.
I was in the fields many months and learned something. I was a colored slave to my father and all his white friends, but to the slaves in the field, I was a white trader, and they treated me like one. Then one day, Mr. Theodore Winthrop came to Miller's Landing. Mr. Winthrop made several visits to the plantation, and my sister was trotted out to look like a cultured, sweet young thing. Mr. Winthrop was allowed to tour the slave quarters unescorted, so I became his tour guide. When I explained my recent falling out with my father and my new status, Mr. Winthrop was delighted. He had a character sketch worthy of his writing talent. We talked for several hours, and he came back the next day. My sister, so I heard, thought it was her charm that lured him. Later, Mr. Winthrop met me and presented his plan. Get to Richmond, and then he would help me escape to St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. There you will be free, he said, looking like he had invented the concept. He explained that because of the fugitive slave law, I was not safe in any of the United States. The law considered me runaway property. I had to get to Canada and true freedom. I joined a wagon crew going to Richmond, and I met up with Mr. Winthrop there, and we got on to a schooner headed for Canada. And my big adventure.
Today don't go off.
I'm right. Woke up this morning. Did everything I usually do. Other than that,
I never heard.
So good. Thinking about our chat last night.
But I hear you're doing fairly well right now.
I believe so.
Well, if you ever need a job, just let
Come
me
this
know.
way.
That way we can give us some credit in the store.
I always need a job.
Stay. Well, you're fired.
So, have you decided what your point is yet? Where you will abandon your community and sense of morals for a little cash?
Marshall got a warrant. He's gonna be going house to house
When?
soon.
Okay.
Do with that as you will.
I will.
Because you're so happy about Kate?
Definitely not.
Here you are, honey. Happy birthday.
And best friend gets her cake second. There's something I must do. Sister Elizabeth told me to tell you. She's going to Portland tomorrow.
She's going to Portland?
And she had such a wondrous idea that if we can disguise Ishmael, dress him up as some important lady, have him wear a veil, she could pretend to be, you know, his assistant, and get him on the steamboat to Portland, and then get him on the steamboat to New Brunswick. Because as soon as he steps onto the boat, he'll be basically in Canada, and that means he would be free. You know?
It's a fabulous idea.
Elizabeth always had the smarts.
You did.
Thank you for meeting with me today, John.
Of course, Elizabeth.
There's something that's just been weighing on me so heavily, and I needed to talk to you. You're the only person that I can talk to, and I just need to hear your thoughts on this. And I've just been thinking lately about the idea of traveling. What do you think about traveling, or about me traveling more?
I mean, you've traveled before. We've all traveled a little bit, right?
I mean, for longer and farther away.
Longer and further away. What is that?
Maybe I don't come back here.
What do you mean, don't come back?
I think that I've seen what I can see here, and I've done what I can do, and there must be
There's
more
always
out
new
there
things
for me.
happening.
I want to go to the new things myself. I want to find what's out there and explore, John.
A town with a new name and maybe a new crowd, but what will you see? A bigger church?
I thought you would understand. You're my brother. I need to be free, and the only people I have, my fiance has died, and all I talk to is my brother, and I'm a young woman. Shouldn't there be more for me? Shouldn't I have people to talk to and things to learn?
You have people to talk to, things to learn here. There's always new people and new things happening in this village. I mean, what about Manda, who raised us?
I'm thankful for her, and I am forever appreciative, and I can come back and I can visit you and I can visit her, but I just think that I deserve to be free and to explore and to learn.
How far are you willing to explore? Like, are you gonna go as far as where Dora's boyfriend gets her those foreign coats?
Maybe, I don't know, but I want the ability to
It's
to do
dangerous,
that.
Elizabeth. How are you going to make money? How are you going to eat? Who are you going to talk to? You're just going to introduce yourself to any other person?
I have good judgment and I have wits about me,
I don't deny that.
and I believe that I can hold my own.
Then I walked through the woods until I met up with Billy. We came to a landing on the river where his father stored his boat. We took the boat back to New Salem and the casket company, where it had all started. In New Salem, we met Elizabeth Chartwell. She had bought a dress with a veil for me to wear, all in black. The idea was that I was Miss Miller, in mourning for my mother, traveling to Portland. Elizabeth would travel as my lady's maid. This got me thinking about my mother. After she died, nothing was ever the same, just father and me and all that silence. I was shaken from my memories by the steam whistle. We walked on board the steamboat, passing the deputies who waved us through. We steamed to Portland, and I was booked on the boat to St. John. It was that simple. Once on the boat, I was almost in Canada. When I thanked Elizabeth, her last words to me were cryptic. Soon, we will both be free.
Just a poor wayfaring stranger. I'm traveling through this world below. There is no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going home. I know dark clouds will gather on me. I know my pathway's rough and steep, but golden fields lie out before me, where weary eyes no more shall weep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going home. I want to sing salvation story in concert with a blood-washed band. I want to wear a crown of glory when I get home to that good land. I'm going there to see my brothers. They pass before me one by one. I'm just going